Many stores are capping the discounts at 40% or even less. Walmart is even raising prices on toys this season. Time to let the Willis watchdogs out. Ben Ferguson is a radio talk show host in Memphis. Andrea Tanteros is a Fox News contributor, and Fox Business's Ashley Webster is right here. Andrea, let's start with you.
Well, this is unfortunate news for someone like me who loves to shop, but I think it's good this year the stores are planning better. I mean, last year they had all this excess inventory. They didn't plan. They didn't expect people to turn out, and so they had to slash prices at the last minute, and that's where we got all those good deals. Now they have better inventory. They're planning better. They're more strategic about their sales, and I think when you look at the other signs, consumer confidence is up. The gloom, the doom may be lifting just slightly, and this may be one more sign of that.
Ashley, we've got to quit telling those consumer confidence people that we're upbeat. I think that's the key right there, because the retailers see those numbers.
Yes. Exactly. Up go the prices, but it is a good sign, and I think consumer confidence is coming back. I mean, I've been out in the shops in the New York area, and you always want to say recession. What recession? People are buying. I think they're going to pay, it seems they're going to pay full price for those things they really want, and the retailers are picking up on this, and the money's coming in. You know, don't forget, they really slashed those prices even before Thanksgiving. I think after, with the inventory control, I think they're able to raise the prices.
Ben, you know, one of the interesting reports I saw is that people were buying for themselves first. That's what we were seeing in the shops. And, you know, a lot of people have stopped buying.
About
Maybe
time,
it's a good
right?
thing. Amen.
No, hey, look, I think it's great. I think there's two things here. I think consumers have become smarter with their money now, and they're actually learning, it's shocking, how to maybe save a little bit and save up for something and save up for Christmas. Most people just depend on that last minute, you know, bonus check, or I'll pay for it later on the credit card. Then the money stopped coming in, or that extra money, and so last year you saw the effects of that. Now I think you've got a smarter consumer, which is great for business and the economy. The other thing is, I think businesses have become smart at the same time, realizing, hey, that extra cash isn't always going to be there, so we need to produce maybe a little bit less, have smarter strategic sales. And so I think this is good for the economy and good for the consumer, that we're getting a little bit smarter with our cash.
Hey, Ben, the consumers have always been smart. They just haven't had money. All right, let's move on to the next story. Weather permitting, sky gazers in North and Central America will get to see this year's only total eclipse of the moon. During a total lunar eclipse, the full moon passes through the shadow created by the Earth, blocking the sun's light, giving the moon a ghostly red color. Total eclipse begins at 2:40 a.m. Eastern Time early tomorrow morning and lasts for about 3.5 hours. Ben, I'll be sleeping. What about you?
I will be sleeping as well, but it sounds cool. I'm excited about it for everybody that's into that. I mean, if I get a new telescope, maybe next year I'll watch, you know. But this year I'll wait for you guys to cover it and let me see the video tomorrow.
All right. Ashley?
I think anyone coming out of a bar at 2:40 and looks in the sky and sees a red moon is going to say, my gosh, what did I just drink? You know what? The last one I think was 372 years ago, so you had to get up to see it if you wanted to see it. The great thing now, we have television. People can go out there, take all the pictures. I can watch it when I wake up in the morning. Isn't that wonderful?
I think I might actually set my alarm for this one. Yeah, no, I don't have to be on Follow the Money till later tomorrow. I don't have Fox and Friends, so why not, right? But if you guys see some dark circles under my eyes tomorrow, I'm blaming it on that red. I'm blaming it on the red moon. It would be worth it. It would be worth it, right?
All right.
Thank goodness for the makeup gods, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they can hide in anything. That's true. The New York Times is reporting on new companies working to get the dirt on your next blind date. The companies will run background checks on potential mates on any of the nation's 1,500 websites. Ashley?
You know what? It's a good idea. I met my wife online.
You did?
That? I did.
Which site, can you say?
Match.com.
Oh, so it does stand by.
First date. We, you know, took her home in a taxi. It was right. This was in London, and she, you know, realized I could be an axe murderer and was kind of nervous and made a bad mistake.
She didn't get a background check on you.
But you're not an axe murderer.
Not that I know of. No, not recently. No.
All right, but do you like this idea of checking the background?
I don't think it's particularly accurate, and I think most of the sites will tell you up front that there's a lot of information that's not recorded out there. Is it a good idea? Yes, but is it going to be that accurate? Probably not.
Andrea?
I love it. I think it's great. I've never done one of these dating websites, but I think it's really great. And I do think that you're probably right. There'll be a lot of misinformation, but let the market work itself out. Let the strong investigative firms rise to the top. There's going to be one that's going to make a killing because it's going to do it right, and it's going to show a lot of women and men who the deadbeats are out there.
Ben, I hope they're better than the credit report guys, because those guys are never accurate. What do you think of this?
Yeah, no, look, I've been to 3 weddings by people that I've met online, but I've also had 30 different friends that have horror stories from this as well. So if you can have people that get to pay 10, 15 bucks to check somebody out, why not? I mean, you are talking about your life and maybe spending the rest of your life with somebody. So overall, hey, I think it's great, and if a business can make money doing it, more power to them as well.
Well, just do it the old-fashioned way. Go to a bar, get drunk, meet somebody. All right, next story.
Snoop through his wallet.
Personal experience.
The New York Post is reporting former Idol judge Simon Cowell is in line for a knighthood, believe it or not. The list of knights to be will be released on New Year's Eve, but British reports have the reality star on the list mainly due to his work with Haiti, the earthquake relief effort there. Ashley?
Yeah, if you do a lot of charity work and you're a big name, and he's also done a lot internationally and a lot for the world of entertainment. Does it mean anything? No, but Sir Simon, Sir Nasty Simon, why not? He's done a lot.
I like him.
I really like him too, because I think he's honest. He's one of those rare people in Hollywood and the industry that's honest. But I did a little bit of research. I've got to say, Ashley, this British knighthood system is quite confusing. Some knights, I guess, are knighted based on chivalry, and the first thing I thought was, Simon Cowell, chivalry? No way, but I did some more research, and it's for his charity work.
Exactly.
So, Ben, what do you make of it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, you've had people like Sir Alan Stanford that have been knighted, you know, respectively. So I look at it and think, hey, you know, you got a guy like Salmon who's not in business, who's not in any type of hedge funds. About time we gave somebody that we don't have to worry about losing everybody else's money. So why not, you know?
Everybody gets a knighthood. Okay. One more story here. 2 Maryland men who rescued a deer trapped, that is, in a frozen river. I just read whatever's in front of me. Say they were each fined $90 for not having life vests in their boat. They say donors have offered to pay the fine, but they say they'll fight the charges in court in February. It's really, look at this video. It's amazing. Aww. So they're really trying to help out, and then they end up getting fined because the poor deer couldn't get out on its own. No deed goes unpunished, right, Ben?
You know what? I actually am on the opposite side of this. My dad's in law enforcement, and many times the law enforcement officials have to risk their lives over somebody that's doing something. They say, don't do this right now, or hold on, or be careful about this. So I actually think, you know what? The fine says, hey, next time make sure you have a life vest with you, because if they would have fallen through the ice, then the men and women in uniform would have had to risk their lives to go get them while they didn't have a life vest on. So it's a touchy one. I'm in favor of saving the deer, but you also got to listen to those that are pretty smart on this stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of these regulations are silly, and they're in place because of out-of-control lawsuits. I mean, it's an issue where people sue. A lot of times you see someone who's fallen, someone who's choking. People nowadays are so petrified to help them out for fear they're going to be sued for it or get a fine.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think they should have just been given a warning and let off for the good deed that they did, because the deer was saved.
Well, the deer is happy, that's for sure. Thanks, Ben, Andrea, and Ashley. Appreciate your time today. Coming up, it's both